You're watching Good Evening San Diego.
Well, January is Stalking Awareness Month, and the Center for Community Solutions is trying to keep San Diego residents safe. So here now to talk more about stalking awareness is the CEO of the center, Verna Griffin-Tabor. Verna, Happy New Year. It's good to talk to you.
Nice to see you again, Ginger. Thank you for being willing to talk about Stalking Awareness Month and this serious crime.
It absolutely is. The statistics are alarming. I want to get to all those. And it seems obvious, but let's share with our viewers what exactly qualifies as stalking.
Stalking can be any unwanted texting, phone calls, stopping by your office unwanted, things that really are creating fear and meant to intimidate, unwanted gifts, threatening your family, stopping by, like I said, your work when you are uninvited. And it's the unpredictableness as well as some of the stalking begins to escalate in terms of violent threats.
Yeah, it always does seem like it's a precursor to something else. So let's find out, how common is stalking? And the fact that you add in texting and social media, I mean, I imagine the numbers are through the roof.
Absolutely. And 1 in 6 women sometime in their life will be stalked, and 1 in 17 men will be stalked sometime in their life. And what's staggering is there's over 6 million cases of stalking in our country every year. And this offense can be debilitating for those folks who are being stalked because the uncertainty of when it's going to happen, how long it's going to happen, it can create anxiety, depression, and fear, and rightfully so.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, when you first hear, or at least I just remember, the term stalk to me is what a hunter does with his prey. But this is paralleled because most of the times the person doing the stalking knows that other person. It's not random.
Absolutely. And most of the time, it is somebody who's a former partner, intimate partner, or husband or spouse that they've been in a relationship with. And so many times they know the real fear of what this person can do, either physically, emotionally, or sexually. And it's the unpredictableness as well as the escalation that can get more and more frightening.
So what can folks do? What can either somebody who's potentially being stalked or maybe a loved one who's noticing some behavior thinking, oh, I don't know if that's healthy?
Right. Well, first and foremost, we want to tell people to trust their instincts. If they think they're in serious danger, we suggest you call 911. But if you don't feel like you're at that point yet, make sure your family and friends know what you're fearful of. Keep a log, track dates, times. You can take a screenshot of emails and texts, whether they're threatening or unwanted. And then lastly, you can also consider a court order. And if you want to consider a court order, I might suggest you call a victim service organizations like ours, like Center for Community Solutions. You can call our hotline, 888-385-4657, to talk through your options. Sometimes court orders, restraining orders, can set boundaries and really keep somebody at bay and say, look, enough's enough. But for other folks, it may escalate the situation. That's why it's so important to talk to a professional about having a safety plan for your specific situations. But if you are being stalked, it's really important if you can keep a log and track what's happening so law enforcement can really get a sense of what you're going through and the frequency and what's happening.
How important is this hotline? And I want to put the number up one more time. It's 888-385-4657. How important is a tool like this, a 24-hour tool like this, for men and women potentially being stalked or harassed?
Yes, and this hotline is not only for stalking, but it's for sexual assault and intimate partner violence. And often these crimes happen, they're not in isolation. But this hotline is a place that you can call confidentially 24 hours a day and just consider your options. You do not have to disclose who you are, but you can really check in and say, is this a situation I should be concerned about? Lastly, if this is a very serious situation, I want to go back to what you asked, what people can do. The county has something called a high-risk team. And if it is assessed by law enforcement, prosecutors, or advocates like ours that you're in a life-threatening situation, we can pull together, thanks to the district attorney, they can pull together within 24 to 48 hours a team to really keep you safe and put some boundaries in place, put some programs in place to keep individuals safe.
Verna, you're doing great work. We really appreciate your time tonight and also just the awareness that we are giving our viewers right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you for shining the spotlight on this.
You got it.
Good night.